Perseus builds ontologies and graphs out of documents you give it. So everything starts in one place, the Files tab. This is your workspace's document store. Whatever's in here is what Perseus can read. To add new files, click the Upload button in the top right. Pick your file or files, then click Open. Here we're uploading an example org handbook, vendor register, client accounts, claim procedure, and a reorg announcement. 5 documents, not 500. Perseus doesn't need your entire data set to create an ontology, it just needs a representative sampling to learn the shape of your domain. The uploaded files are confirmed one by one and land at the top of the list. Your documents are now in the workspace and ready to be used by Perseus. In Ontology is the schema of your knowledge graph. It says which kinds of things exist in your world and how they are allowed to connect. You could write this by hand, or you could let Perseus read your documents and draft it for you, which is what we'll do. Build Ontology opens a 3-step wizard. Step 1, select the representative source files, the 5 we just uploaded, sitting right at the top. Step 2 is a free text box for steering the whole build. The instructions here should pose the questions the graph has to answer. Who reports to whom, which organizations we buy services from, which policies and claims connect them. This will make the difference between a generic model and a useful one. Be specific here. Everything downstream is judged against what you type in this box. Step 3. Which languages the labels should be written in. We'll use English here. Perseus shows you the cost in compute units before you commit. Then it runs as a background job. You don't need to sit and watch it. It arrives with a generated name. Rename it to something you'll recognize in the future. Every generated ontology carries its own paperwork, details in the receipt, what it was built from, how long it took, and the use case you typed, recorded word for word. That's the only place it's kept. Now, every build also reviews its own output. It stores the ontology against the use case you wrote, and it tells you specifically where it might have fallen short. 3.4 out of 5, and will tell you exactly why. A generated ontology is a strong first draft. It is not a finished one, and Perseus is the first to say so. Which makes recommendations one of the most useful tabs. It names exact properties to change and what to change them to. That's not just feedback, it's a work list. It's also just a text file. View TTL shows you the source, which can be easily exported. Look at what it wrote. Not just account manager, a definition of an account manager, it documented every term it invented, which would have been tedious if done by hand. Now let's take that work list into the editor. Edit opens the visual editor. 3 tabs, classes, properties, and individuals. Each has a list on the left, a form on the right. Classes are kinds of things. Properties are the connections between them. First item on the list, buys service from. Every property has a domain, the classes allowed on the left of it, and a range, the classes allowed on the right. Right now, this one says any organization buys services from any organization, which is true, but not useful. So we take the loose classes out, domain, an insurance carrier, range, a service provider. If we read the row as a sentence, we get exactly what we meant. Domain and range are how you constrain extraction. Loose properties become a loose graph. Next, something the documents never said. In this business, a managing general agent holds delegated authority from a carrier. It underwrites on the carrier's behalf. That is the relationship the entire market runs on. And no handbook spells it out, because everyone in the building already knows this. So we add has delegated authority from as a new object property. This is the part no model can likely do for you, properly accounting for undocumented or tribal knowledge. And it needs a class to hang off of. Add class, name it, managing general agent. Give it a parent. An MGA is an organization, so organization goes in parents. That's a strict inheritance, not related to. Everything true of an organization, now true of MGA. Then wire it up. Relationships. Pick the property we just made, pick the class on the other end, and read the row back as a sentence. A managing general agent has delegated authority from an insurance carrier. 2 dropdowns, that's the sentence, and it's now in the model. These changes do not persist until you click Save. Save takes a commit message just like Git because it is versioned like Git. Write the message. Those messages are your history, so make them clear and distinct from prior saves. And now the thing that was only ever in somebody's head is a class, a rule, and a commit in a model your whole company runs on.